Good afternoon, girls. Girls, we started with the exercise 1.4 yesterday, and in the beginning, I told you what are rational numbers. You know, rational numbers are the numbers which can be expressed in the form of p by q, and we also discussed that the rational numbers, the decimal form of the rational numbers, can be either terminating or it can be non terminating, repeating. Now, how will we come to know that whether the decimal form is terminating and non-terminating? One thing is we will actually start dividing and then we'll come to know. Otherwise, we have three theorems which we discussed yesterday, and based on that, we were solving the exercise question number 1. So I will repeat those theorems and then we'll continue with the exercise. The first theorem is that if x, you know that the rational numbers are in the form of p by q, q is not equal to 0, p and q have no common factor between them. We can also say that they are coprime. Okay, you know what are coprime numbers? The numbers which do not have any common factor other than 1. Now, if x is a rational number, okay, whose decimal form is terminating, this is one theorem, that if x is any rational number whose decimal form is terminating, then it can be expressed in the form of p by q, and q can be written in the form of 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, where m and n are non-negative integers. Okay, I hope it is clear that if x is a rational number whose decimal form is whose decimal form is terminating, then x can be represented in the form of p by q. Q will be equal to the product of 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, where m and n are non-negative integers. Now when we talk about the converse of this theorem, it is if x is a rational number, right, which can be written in the form of p by q, then q, if q is equal to 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, then the decimal form of x will be terminating. Okay, so these two statements are converse or opposite of each other, that if x is any rational number which can be represented in the form of p by q, and q can be expressed as the product of 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, or we can say that q can be expressed in the factors of 2 and 5, then the decimal form of this rational number will be terminating. And there was one more theorem, the theorem that was that if x, okay, is equal to p by q, and q cannot be expressed as 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m, then its decimal form will be what? Non-terminating. Yes, repeating. What is the other word of repeating? Recurring. So we can understand the three theorems. And from the discussion, it is clear that the decimal expansion of every rational number is either terminating or it is a non-terminating repeating. So in this exercise, you don't have to actually divide. You have to, in the first question only, you have to find out the factors of the denominator, 3, 1, 2, 5, 8, 4, 5, 5, and so on. If it exists in the form of 2 and 5, it is a terminating decimal. Okay, and if it does not exist in the form of 2 and 5, then it is a non-terminating repeating expansion. Okay, now first question I had explained you yesterday, question number 2, and if you have not completed, you complete these questions, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Then there's a question number 2, that write down the decimal expansion of those rational numbers in question 1 which have the terminating decimal expansion. Now this we have to solve and find out. Okay, write down the decimal expansion of those rational numbers which have terminating. Now when we say that they are terminating, so suppose I take up 17 by 8, exercise 12.2, question number 2. Any number we can, any rational number we can take. So let us take 17 by 8. Now 17 by 8, if I start dividing 17 by 8, now first we'll check that 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2, which I can express it as 2 to the power of 3 into 5 to the power of 0. That means we have the factors of 8 as 2 and 5. So then I can express 8 in the form of 2 and 5. So it is a terminating decimal. Okay, this is what I had explained you yesterday. Now, if there are other factors than 2 and 5, then it will be non-terminating. Remember that. So 8 2s are 16. 1, put a point here, 0. 8 1s are 8. 2. Again 0. 8 2s are 16. 4 and 8 5s are 40. Okay. So therefore we can see that 17 by 8 is a terminating decimal, and the answer is 2.125. So this is how we have to check that if the rational number given to us is the factors of denominator are in the form of 2 and 5, then you can express it in the decimal form, and that will be terminating. Okay, so if you want, you can take up one more question. Suppose I take 77 upon 210. Now to see the factors of 210, 2 1s are 2, 2 zeros are 2, 5s are 10, 2 not 2, 3, 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15, 5 7s are 35, 7 1s are. Now as you know that 210 can be written as 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. Although it has factors 2 and 5, but there are other factors 3 and 7. So we will write, so here in this case we'll write the decimal expansion is non-terminating and repeating or recurring. Okay, so for this we don't have to do anything. So in these questions, whichever is terminating, for that you have to find out the decimal expansion. So I hope you'll be able to complete question number 2. So you know that they're asking you only to find the decimal expansion of the terminating decimal numbers. Okay, and coming to question number 3, the following real numbers have the decimal expansion as given below. Now it is given below. In each of the following, you have to decide whether they are rational or not, and if they are rational and of the form p by q, what can you say about the factors of q? So let us take the first one, question number 3. 43.123456789. Now you can see, children, that this is a terminating decimal. Okay, there are no dashes here. This means that this is terminating, means it is non-terminating, it will not end. And this also is terminating and repeating. Okay, so if you look at this one, 43.123456789, you will write since, let us take x is equal to 43.123456789. This is a simple exercise, children. So therefore, since x is a terminating decimal, therefore x can be expressed in the form of p by q. We will write it in the statements. X can be written in the form of p by q, and q will be equal to, or we can write the factors of q will be in the form of 2 to the power of n into 5 to the power of m. I think this should be the answer, because for each you have to just express whether you can write it in the form of p by q or not. Let me check what is given. This is question number 2. Yes, so they are just saying that it is a rational number because prime factors of q will be either 2 or 5 or both. Okay, so similarly, I hope you understood this. Then third one, first I've completed, so you just write the number. Let x be the given number. x is a terminating decimal as it is given in the question. X can be expressed in the form of p by q. The factors of q will be in the form of 2 and 5, or you can write either 2 or 5 or both. Okay, so that's all you have to write it in the correct sequence. And this is according to the theorem which we have studied, that why this is terminating and why it can be expressed in the form of p by q, according to the theorem which we have proved yesterday, which we have studied yesterday. Now as you can see, this one 0.1201, 2001, 20001, and 2 with 4 zeros, and so on. Now if you look at this number, you will write let x be equal to this. You can write, since the decimal form is non-terminating, okay, it is non-terminating, therefore x cannot be expressed as p by q, or q does not have factors 2 and 5. Okay, so therefore the given decimal is non-terminating, so x cannot be expressed in the form of p by q, and q, the factors of q are not 2, either not 2 and or 5. Okay, so this is how just you have to express and write the answer. And I hope this chapter is clear to you, because we have studied already 2-3 topics: Euclid's algorithm. Okay, I also explained you what is lemma. Then in the second one I had explained you the fundamental theorem of fundamental theorem of arithmetic, right? Then we have studied the formula, which was LCM into HCF is equal to the product of the two numbers. Okay, yes. Then after that we have completed in the fourth topic, what are irrational numbers. Yes, in irrational numbers we have proved that how root 2, root 3, root 5, how they are irrational, and which method we have applied here. We have used the method of contradiction. For each we suppose contradiction. For each we suppose that this is a rational number, and then we proceed with the whole complete method. And the last topic which we have covered is the rational numbers and the decimal expansion. And how do we come to know whether the rational number is terminating or non-terminating? Depending on the denominator. If q can be expressed in the form of 2 and 5, or 2 or 5 or both, then it is terminating. And if it cannot be expressed in the form of 2 or 5, or we can say if it has more than, other factors than 2 and 5, then it will be or some other factor, and then therefore it will be non-terminating decimal, repeating decimal. So this completes your chapter, children. And now coming back to the book, if I see there are some, complete all this work. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now similarly we have some questions here. Most of the questions I had discussed with you in the exercise, like this one. How will you show that it is an irrational number? I told you that we will use a what method? Contradictory method. Here also we are assuming that they are rational. Okay, here also we are assuming that it is rational, and then we come up to the conclusion that this is an irrational number. So you have to go through all these questions, and what I have explained you in my previous videos, go through them. Any doubts you all have, you can ask me. Okay, so complete your work and study for your test carefully, seriously, and have a good day now. Thank you.